Guruji, you always say that mind is man, and if you change mind, you can change the man. So why do you always emphasize on changing the mind? And how does spirituality helps us in changing the mind?
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, the mind is the man, and you change the mind, you change the man. Remember, you're always defined by what you perceive. Two people read a bad thing or a bad news in a newspaper. One person wants to duplicate that bad news and he wants to do that. One person wants to become police or a law enforcing, or he wants to do something to stop such things from happening in the future. Now, one person is defined as a good person and one person is defined as a bad person. And what makes this distinction? If you observe, mind is the man, man is the mind. Both have the same mind, but intrinsically their mind is different. The process in which their mind perceives is different. And so, what happened? Their mind defined their being. Yes or no? I will tell you a story. Once upon a time, this amateur news reporter was, given a job in a newspaper, on a daily newspaper, and he was sent to, because he was amateur, he was new, so no important tasks cannot be allotted to him. So the newspaper, the senior said, you go to this naval ship where a captain's birthday is being celebrated. So go cover that news. Now, on a port, a naval ship is docked and a captain's birthday, a small ship's captain is celebrating its birthday. It's not a big news anyways. But the ship docked, a naval ship docked onto the port, that is a news. Coincidentally, so it's not an important news. So the amateur was assigned this task. And the senior went on to cover another important news in the city. After 3 or 4 hours, this amateur turned out to the office again, turned back, and then he came with a long face saying, oh, there was no news. Why? The captain was not celebrating the birthday? The amateur said, no, there was a hole in the hull of the ship. And so the ship was sinking, so the birthday celebrations were stalled and everybody was busy repairing the ship. The senior reporter jumped and, oh, this is such a big news. And he ran because a naval vessel having a hole in its hull is one of the biggest news. The amateur, sent with a mind, remember, to cover the news of the captain's birthday, he only understood, and the hole in the hull of the ship was not at all. He didn't understand the pertinence and the importance or the gravity of that situation. He was dejected because he went to do something and he could not do that. If you understand, life is like that. Opportunities are enormous in life. I don't know who said this, but some great personality said, life, the earth is 2/3 of water and the rest are all opportunities. In the same fashion, I would like to tell you, life is all about abundance of opportunities and abundance of abundance. Where your mind is always excited, your body, your emotions are always favorable and comfortable to you. Am I clear with you? So if you understand, life is always about excellence and abundance, but opportunities, but you will always find it to the extent of your own limited perception. And your perception is directly proportional or related to your mind. So you change your mind, you change your perception. And when you change your perception, you will find an opportunity in a disaster, and you will find a disaster in an opportunity. So remember, even psychologists, psychiatrists, they they tend to show you some pictures, this abstract pictures. They say, what do you see in a picture? Some people will see something and some people will see something. According to what they see, the psychiatrist and the psychoanalyst, they decide the intellectual or the emotional state of the being. There are certain drawings. When you look at, suddenly you will, according to your age, if a child looks at the drawing, he will find something. An adult looks at the drawing, he will find something else. And if a girl looks at, she will find something. If a boy looks at, he will find something else. Everybody finds something else, but actually it's a congregation and it's designed in such a fashion. Now if you see, you don't see the picture. You see what your mind actually programmed to see it. In the same fashion, you have to understand, you don't see what opportunities are actually existing in your life. You only see what you are programmed to see. Am I clear with you? You show a picture, a teenage guy will find something in that. There are certain abstract paintings, certain paintings like that, where 5 people look at the painting, 5 people will find 5 different things. How? Because according to the program of your mind, according to the age, and according to the general programming of your mind, you will be able to perceive it. Remember, so when you consciously work on focusing on your capability and consciously try to program your mind to a higher rung of perception, to a higher level of perception, only then you will be able to find excellence in your life. So mind is the man, because mind decides your perception and your perception decides what kind of a man you are. So mind is the man. You change the mind, you automatically change your perception, you automatically change the very definition of what you are. That is the reason why all rich people, all successful people, all scientists, they always emphasized on this. You have to change your belief system if you have to change your quality of life. Sanatana Dharma, the ancient most way of life, not any religion, it always emphasized on one thing. If you emphasize on pure potential, the experience of life is always pure potential. If you are just busy changing your perception from one level to the other, you will always be finding more disappointment and depressions. Am I clear with you? But life can be a continuous expression of excellence when you focus on your potential. Then what happens? Automatically, day by day, your level of perception increases and you are oblivious to the stress of this growth. Because remember, any growth will have some stress. Any growth will have some stress. Even the body, the bones, when the baby or when the child is growing, they go through enormous amount of stress, because the bones, they have to collect more calcium, more structures, more osteocytes around them, and they have to grow. Any growth is stressful. Any growth is stressful. So if you are growing, even that growth is stressful, and that stress itself will result in reduction of that growth over a time, or a period of time. So Sanatana Dharma always said, mind, if you just keep increasing the potential, what happens? You, after some time, can get stressed out with this growth. If you are just aware of that pure potential, then growth happens inevitably, naturally, expansion happens naturally, but you are oblivious to that stress because you are embracing that bliss of excellence. Embrace the bliss of your inner infinite excellence. Experience it with the supramental awareness and realize that you are born to succeed because you are designed to succeed. That's the reality of life. Jai Guru Datta.